And so we're back for round 3 here, and we've got Trent on the left versus Cohen on the right. Is that correct?
That's it.
Excellent. Alright, any idea what these guys are playing?
Trent's playing Sidisi Whip. I'm not sure how close it is to Shahar Shenha's deck from the World Championship.
Trent tends to tweak them a little bit.
Yeah, probably like a few cards here and there. You obviously want to tweak your deck for the your expected metagame.
And so when you play Friday Night Magic, what do you think about Bendigo's metagame? What do you look at the sideboard for that, or main deck for that?
Well, to be honest, all the time I don't even pay that much attention. We get a good mix of decks here. A few green decks. You definitely see a lot of green decks.
But I don't think we've seen the same deck twice tonight yet.
No. Though Colin is playing a Jeskai deck similar to Watanabe's. I'm not sure if he plays Ascendancies or not, and I think he's a little bit more of a control deck.
Yep.
So yeah, it's similar to the deck we just saw Andy playing.
But either way, he's come out with a Mantis Rider versus Trent's Commune.
Secret of the Way.
Secret of the Way versus Trent's Commune.
So you slipped over a couple of Hornet Queens there.
I certainly like seeing them in the graveyard. You can bring those back with the whip. They're a fantastic whip target.
I think I saw a Hushwing Grip in Colin's hand.
Well, that'll be interesting against the Hornet Queen.
Yeah, and hits Doomwake Giant. Stops the...
They're coming into play trigger.
Yeah.
However, if the Doomwake Giant's already in play, does it stop it then if you cast an enchantment?
It stops when other creatures other enchantment creatures enter the battlefield. But it's something like a Whip of Erebos.
Yep.
Because it's creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. So if it's a Whip of Erebos that enters the battlefield, it will trigger the Doomwake Giant.
Yep. So the Seeker's attacked. Trent's blocked with the Catarid. Cohen's Magma Jet to make the Seeker a 3/3. And so Trent's Murderous Cut in response. So that's a nice stack effect for us all there.
So I think Trent's down. It'll be down to 18 from the Magma Jet to the face.
Yes. So I think Cohen started using the dice, but has forgotten from there. So we're 18 versus 19 at this point in time. I'm sure as time goes on, we can train people to use the dice a little bit more. Obviously, it's not what people are used to.
Yeah, especially they're keeping their own life totals in their notepads, which is the way you'd want to be doing it to keep track of events as they happen, so you can backtrack and whatnot. But
is that an Ash Cloud Phoenix?
It's an Ash Cloud Phoenix, yes.
Very nice.
And Trent's got a Whip of Erebos out, so we can get back a Hornet Queen this turn.
Dare I say you will, especially with that Ash Cloud out there.
It's very good against Ash Cloud Phoenix. And he delved away the other Hornet Queen to cast the Murderous Cut.
That might hurt a little later.
Yeah. So he's still got a few cards in hand, so he's probably still got a bit of gas. Got a Thoughtseize.
Thoughtseize, excellent. We'll get to have a look at Cohen's hand here and see exactly what he's playing.
Mountain Island to Jeskai Charms.
So not a whole lot of gas in that hand, unfortunately.
No. Jeskai Charm is not going to do a great deal here.
So what are our 3 options with the Jeskai Charm?
We have all creatures you control get +1/+1 and lifelink until end of turn.
Yep.
4 damage to target opponent, and put a creature on top of its owner's library. I'm not sure if it is just creatures you control or opponents. It's just target creature on top of its owner's library.
So neither which are really going to help.
Yeah, none of that's going to do anything at the moment. So Cohen's got to try and draw some gas.
Whether this Hornet Queen army storm that Trent's got going.
So when Cohen gets his 6th land, he's going to be able to start attacking, trading with a Hornet, flipping the Ash Cloud Phoenix when it dies, and then flipping it back up and attacking it again.
Yep.
So you can start getting a chain going like that, but he's going to be under a bit of pressure.
Especially with this
from Trent,
Sidisi
with
possibly
the
coming out
Sidisi.
next turn.
And the Hornet tokens can start attacking too, and they'll be gaining life.
There we go. I'm glad Trent moved that card because I can see the Catarrhid now. So maybe that Sidisi will actually... he's going to whip back a Sidisi. So the Sidisi will come into play, mill two cards. Three cards?
Yep.
Hopefully make a zombie.
Yep.
There we go with the Doomwake.
Get a 2/2 zombie.
He'll be able to attack with the 3/3 Sidisi and all the Hornets.
All the tokens, yeah. He's going to gain...
You don't leave one back? Or do you think I'm in a pretty good board position here?
I think he can race. You're attacking for 7. So he Jeskai charmed the
Sidisi.
And
Now theoretically putting it on the top of the deck.
yeah, but I believe the Whip of Erebos makes it go to exile if it would leave the battlefield.
Yep.
Yeah, if it leave the battlefield in any way, it would go to exile instead. So, but he's taking 4. Trent's gaining 4. So an attack from the Ashguard Phoenix now just negates that damage. Cohen's not actually getting ahead, so Trent feels like he can race.
So we're actually 22 on versus 13
Yeah.
at this point in time.
And Trent's got a Doomwake Giant in the graveyard that he can bring back to hit that'll kill the Ashguard Phoenix.
Oh, now what was that?
That was an Arc Lightning.
Taking out 3 tokens.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that's coming to main decks in certain cards, in certain decks because of token decks and because of Hornet Queen?
Yep. It takes out most of a Hornet Queen. Takes out a Hordling Outburst. You definitely want to have ways to deal with those cards.
Yep.
A lot of main decks are...
Takes out Raise the Alarm.
Yeah. A lot of main decks are weak to Hornet Queen and enter the token swarm.
Yep.
So having cards in your main deck to deal with that is valuable.
Well, being a Constellation player myself, I know that Hornet Queen plus Whip of Erebos can be a game against a lot of decks.
Yeah.
It's just too much for them to deal with.
You have to either answer them all or go really wide. And you can't go wide with Doomwake Giants. So the Doomwake Giant got whipped back, which morphed the Ashguard Phoenix.
Yep. And now we're cutting the Phoenix, or the morphed Phoenix.
Yep. So
it doesn't come back.
Yep.
So Trent had that pretty well scouted there.
Yeah. We've got an attack for 5, 6, 7. And you gain the 7 life.
Putting Cohen at 6 and
then the
Trent to 29.
The Swiftwater Cliffs will put him back up to 7. And he's got not a lot going on.
That being said, I think Trent started to run out a bit of gas, or is that another Sidisi in his bin?
Yeah, that's another Sidisi, I think.
So the Sidisi
exile pile.
So the Sidisi comes out, attacks for 3, can attack for another 2 with the zombie, and 1 with the last token, putting him on 1.
Yeah, an attack for 6. He's just going to play the Sidisi from his hand.
Going for a little longer turn.
We've got a set Wayfinder, so you get another zombie.
So rather going for the immediate win.
Oh, he'd go to 1.
And Magma jetting away the token, doing a scry there, both to the bottom it looks like. So Cohen didn't like either of those.
Needs to find some gas. An Elspeth or something maybe would be good. Stoke the Flames. He's got no cards in hand either, apart from that one Stoke.
And he's on 7 life.
He took 1 from the Hornet from the attack.
Yeah.
So he'd be on 6. So in response to the trigger, he's going to kill the Sidisi. So he should have done that before the... Oh, he's just going to whip 1 back anyway. So If he did it in the combat step before he declared an attack,
Yep. So he's still
then he wouldn't get. Then Trent wouldn't get to mill to get more gas for his Whip of Erebos. But it looks like the game's pretty out of reach at the moment.
unless he comes up with something like a Anger of the Gods or something like that.
I believe he's on 3, so he's gonna be pretty hard pressed to win, even if he has an Elspeth or something. But that looks like a Hushwing Griff.
So not what's required, and
And that's the game.
Cohen concedes that before it's over.